What's up, sports bettors? I have 4 player props for Thursday Night Football. I really like them, so let's get into it. Now, before I start, I kind of love to show people how does this platform work. I think PrizePicks, when I signed up, was a little confusing, and I think for a lot of people, it's helpful to kind of understand the strategy. For example, the first pick I have is Juju Smith-Schuster under 5.5 receptions, okay? What are these odds on PrizePicks? What are these lines, right? How does PrizePicks work? It's an important question to understand. And essentially, the way that PrizePicks works is they don't vary their payouts depending on the picks you select. So that's very different than, let's say, FanDuel and DraftKings, right? For example, on PrizePicks, if we take Baker Mayfield over and Mitch Trubisky over for their passing yards, we're getting 20 to win 60, right? 20 to win 40 in profit. If we take both unders, we're getting the exact same payout. If we switch picks, we're still getting 20 to win 60. Basically, any 2 picks you select, you're always getting 20 to win 60, which means 20 to win 40 in profit, which is just plus 200 odds. So, kind of at the end of this video, there will be a full breakdown of the strategy, the math behind PrizePicks if you want to watch it. But long story short, any 2-pick power play, you're getting the implied price of minus 137. Any 4-pick power play, you're getting the implied price of minus 128. So the payouts, it's actually more advantageous. If you have 4 picks you really like, it's more advantageous to place a 4-pick power play as opposed to 2-pick power plays. So that's kind of interesting. That's one interesting takeaway. And then the final one is 5-pick flexes are a little more complicated just in how they work and how the payout structure works. But they actually, if you find 5 picks you really like, offer a pretty good payout structure. What you want to avoid, if possible, is the 3-pick power plays. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's get into it. So now that we know kind of roughly how PrizePicks works, we can look at the odds, and kind of analyze them relative to the sportsbooks. Right? So, for example, we'll notice, in the Chiefs-Chargers game, for player receptions, Juju Smith-Schuster, he'll have the same payout, right, for his over and his under. And that's, again, because PrizePicks isn't going to vary my payout, depending on if we just go to Smith-Schuster, they're not varying my payout depending on if I select his over or his under. So the odds are the same, right? But what you'll notice on the sportsbooks is they all have the under heavily juiced. Right? Pinnacle Sportsbook, the sharpest bookmaker in the world, they're pricing the under all the way down at minus 168. DraftKings pricing it all the way at minus 165. And then Caesars all the way down at minus 157. So being able to grab this minus 137 or even minus 119 in a 5-pick power play sounds pretty good, right? That seems really good. And again, you definitely don't want to take the over. This is why it's so critical to compare the lines on PrizePicks to those on the sportsbooks, right? You definitely don't want to be betting, Juju over 5.5 receptions on PrizePicks at the implied price of minus 137 or even possibly minus 141 in a 3-pick power play when you can head over to DraftKings and bet at plus 125, where you're getting $100 to win $125. So the play you want to go with is definitely the under for Juju Smith-Schuster. So this is the first pick I have, right? So OddsJam is really, kind of the core of sports betting is using, data to try to find edges, to try to find, where is the value? You're always looking for value. It doesn't matter if you're betting on PrizePicks, Underdog Fantasy, a sports book, whatever. OddsJam has a lot of data, and what all the tools are built on is just kind of scanning the market for these line inefficiencies, such as Juju under 5.5 receptions, where you can get this, at minus 119 on PrizePicks, implied odds. It's not actual odds because I can't just bet the under, when all of the sports books have the under heavily juiced. So you're getting a lot of value. And value as a sports bettor means profit, right? And the reason for that is sportsbooks imply win probabilities through their odds. So given that all the sportsbooks have the under for Juju, heavily juiced, it's because they think the under is a lot more likely to hit. So being able to get it minus 119 is really good. So that's the first play I have. And then we can kind of, again, you can also browse odds for any sport completely for free that you want to bet on. So the second play I'm going with, leading into it, is going to be Scantling over 3 receptions. So I'm taking his over. And again, you can see another inefficiency. PrizePicks is setting the line at over under 3, all of the sports books have it at over under 3.5, right? So if he has 3 receptions, I'll be pushing on PrizePicks, and my 4-pick flex play is going to turn into a 3-pick flex play. Whereas on the sports books, you would lose. And what you'll notice is most of the sports books, Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker, they barely have the under 3.5 even juiced. So being able to get that half a reception where we're pushing, if he has exactly 3 receptions, which is a big part of the distribution and we're not losing, is a massive advantage for us. So this is the second pick I'm going with, just again, looking for value in the odds. So my 4 picks are right here. I'm taking Kelsey under, Juju under, both in receptions, Scantling over 3, and then I'm taking Austin Eckler under 13 rush attempts. And again, if all of these lose, if these 2 push, right, then this will turn into, I believe, a 2-pick power play. It will turn into a 2-pick power play. So hopefully you found this video helpful, kind of about PrizePicks strategy, and Thursday Night Football, and let's make some money.